Oh, hey, what's going on? How you guys feeling? How you guys feeling? It's a Saturday night, and we are here for the live watch along of Australia v Sweden, the third place match. Coming to the end of what has been a fantastic tournament, man. And hoping that the Chili's can finish off with a win tonight. Say g'day in the chat if you're tuning in. And man, it's a funny feeling heading into this one. I just want to say that straight off the bat. It is a weird feeling. I don't know how we're feeling. I mean, we're excited to see the Tillies play, of course, but it's one of those bizarre situations where it's like the other night, Wednesday night, I was at the game, of course. A lot of you guys would have watched the match day vlog, which is up on the channel now. And a very emotional experience on Wednesday evening. And we're heading into this game. It's just, this is a celebration for me. I think celebration is the key word for this game. It's a celebration of the tournament, the wonderful tournament that the Tillies have gone through. We're coming up against a very good Sweden side, who we defeated last year. A bit of a rivalry brewing with Sweden. They knocked us out in the Olympics a couple of years ago. We beat them 4-0 on home soil. And then we meet them here in the third place match. So, let's hope for 3 points here. And a win. How are we feeling? Freshman's here. Marcus is here. Joseph is here. Says, let's go Matildas. Barry was here earlier, as well as Adam and Bailey, AUX as well. Hope you guys are feeling well. Hope you're enjoying your weekend so far. And hope you are ready for this match. Great to see the Tillies in the away kit again. And we're sort of matching. I mean, this is unintentional, but sort of the turquoise. I mean, is it turquoise, right? Like this away kit is turquoise. That's what I would call it, at least. Like a turquoise blue sort of thing going on. But anyway, Brisbane is the location for this final match in this tournament for the Matildas. Would be great to finish off with a win here against a very good Sweden team. Packed stadium in Brisbane by the looks of things. Unchanged lineup worth mentioning as well. No changes to the 11. And we are set to get underway. Sam Kerr, great to see her starting once again. Joseph's coming in with his prediction, says 2-1 Australia. Phil's here as well. Good to see you, Phil. Barry. Guys, we are underway in Brisbane. And great to see so many fans at this game, the third place game. This is obviously the curtain raiser, if you like, to the final taking place tomorrow. And look, just like taking my sort of Australian sort of viewpoint out of it, I mean, what a final it's going to be between Spain and England. I mean, two top class teams. It's so hard to pick. I put out my final predictions video yesterday, and spoiler alert, in case you haven't seen it yet, I did back Spain. I did back Spain. I think it will be a really, really close game, and I could see either team winning it. But for me, if I had to pick a winner for tomorrow evening, I'm going Spain. And here comes Sweden, looking to break through early on here. This is a great chance. It's Jakobsen. Good save, Arnold. And Kampert has to clear. That was a great early chance. How did they get in behind there? What happened there? How did that happen? That seemed way too easy. Where was Steph Catley? Like, the left back position just seemed to be completely vacated there. So a minute in, 60 seconds in, and Sweden almost opened the scoring there. It's a little bit worrying. Thanks for that, Adam. Adam letting the viewers know in Australia, yes, you can watch on 7 Mate. I'm watching here on Optus Sport. I've done really well broadcasting the whole tournament. I've had no issues or whatever throughout the entire tournament. We've been doing live watch-alongs for the last 4 weeks now. Almost every single day, man. It's been so much fun. So much fun. Marcus asks, what do you think of the Gustafsson linked with the US women's national team job? And I also think Spain will win. I think Spain will win as well. Hey, look, yeah, we heard about it yesterday. And I think Gustafsson was asked about it in the press conference, and he sort of brushed it off. I mean, which is, no surprise. It's not something he wants to be talking about right now, Hey, look, I mean, he's worked with the team before, right? I think it's totally realistic, especially seeing, how far Australia have gone at this tournament. There's going to be interest in Gustafsson, I think. I think he is a good coach. At times, he maybe has faltered tactically, even in this tournament. But I think at the end of the day, he is a good coach. This guy is a good coach, man. So it doesn't surprise me that he's getting linked. Will it happen? It's tricky. It's tricky to say. Oh, here we go. Jakobsen's in behind. Blackstenia, sorry, it is. Jakobsen's not even playing. What am I talking about? It's the second time I've said Yakutin. Got confused with the numbers. Rolfo goes back. Sweden with a good start to this game. This ball's whipped in, and Mackenzie Arnold will claim that. Tan Lee, I just missed your comment from a moment ago. Tan Lee says, what if Kennedy started against England? I think it's... I don't know if it would have changed much. I think it's easy to sort of look at the alterations and think, oh, what if this, what if that? I mean, I don't want to go ahead and say that if Kennedy started, it would have been a different result. I will say that, though, I think Alana Kennedy certainly would have helped having her at the back. I think she, after the mistake in the Nigeria game, which feels like a lifetime ago now, she'd been fantastic in the last few games. Alana Kennedy, her physicality, her height, her leadership at the back has been great. Her partnership with Claire Hunt has been superb. And Polkinghorne, maybe in that semi-final looking a little bit like she's a little bit short on game time. We know Polkinghorne was carrying a little bit of an injury prior to this tournament as well. And, maybe that was an element to it, that the fact that she was maybe still carrying an injury somewhat. That's pure speculation. But, hey, I don't want to go as far as to say if Kennedy was starting, it would have been Australia would have won. But I think it certainly would have helped the back line. That is for sure. That is for sure. Surprised Matildas have had to change the shirts being the home side. Well, I mean, technically this is on Australian soil, but I think for the purposes of the tournament, Sweden is the first team on the team sheet, if you like. So, hey, I'm not complaining. I love getting to see this away kit. This is the second time Australia wearing their away kit this tournament. We wore it against Canada in the final group stage game. Sam Kerr, wayward touch there, Sammy. Barry says, Sweden pushing hard so far. Indeed they are. Sweden, what a fantastic tournament they have had. Came close to breaking through to the final itself. Went down to 2-1 to Sweden in the semi-final. Crazy semi-final that was, man. We were live on Tuesday for the watch-along of that one. What a match that was. Spain were in control for much of that game. And then there was a crazy finish. Spain opened the scoring, and then Sweden hit back with a late equaliser. And then seconds later, Spain score one of the goals of the tournament through Carmona, and Spain unfortunately dropping out. So look, this game could easily go either way. I think with the way Australia has gone this tournament, heading into this game knowing this game is a celebration. It's a celebration of what the Matildas have achieved on and off the field this tournament. I'm back in the Tillies to get the win here, but I tell you what, we're going to need to be playing at our best here. Sweden are a top-class side. Can Australia finally break out here? Here's Rasso driving through the middle. Has Capita on the overlaps. Kerr's going through the central. Still Rasso gets it wide to forward. Kerr is wide, so is Carpenter. Ooh, that looked like a handball for sure. And it will be a free kick. The cross hit Bjorn's hands there. Oh my gosh, Freshman says, I think 7-1 England lose tomorrow. I'll tell you what, if Spain wins 7-1 tomorrow, I'm going to do... I don't know what I'll do. Something. That would be remarkable, wouldn't it? That would be remarkable. Captain LFC here as well. How you going, Captain? Good to see you here as well. So a free kick opportunity. Really, really nice position here for the Matildas. Looks like Steph Catley is going to step up to take this one to... throw in a little outswinger delivery. First chance of the game here for the Matildas too. After having to do some defending in the opening 5 minutes. Set that up. That'll do. For those regular viewers of our live streams, we usually have a Socceroo scarf in the background there. I don't have it because I left it at my partner's place. Catley's delivery isn't bad, but it's going to be headed away at the near post. Cooney Cross. What a tournament Kyra Cooney Cross has had, linked with big news across Europe. Kyra Cooney Cross, fantastic young midfielder with so much potential. And it's been a privilege to watch her. So many of these players, man, have had fantastic tournaments. Marcus says, if Spain wins 7-1 tomorrow, you have to admit the Mariners haven't made good enough signings this year. Interesting there, Marcus. Hey, have Mariners... It's an interesting one there, Marcus. Have the Mariners made good enough signings? What I will say is that I don't think Mariners are finished with their transfer business. That's my guess. That was my guess, at least. I don't think the Mariners are done. I don't think it's been all that bad. Just to talk about the Mariners for a second and their transfer business, I don't think it's been that bad. I think it's been okay up to this point. Joseph's back in a 3-2 win for England tomorrow. Sorry, Joseph, I missed your comment just a moment ago. Can Australia get themselves back on the ball here? Mary Fowler, great as well. I mean, fantastic. Oh, look at that heavy challenge from Catley. Just shepherding Canary off the ball. Cool. Epic. So, I've got a box of favorites here. Got a box of favorites here. That's that. Let me know if anyone's got any what's everyone's tonight's snacks for tonight's watch party. Let me know, as Black Stanius is in behind here, but won't keep that in. Drop in the chat. Has anyone got any, like, beverages of choice or like snacks of choice for this match? Let me know. I'm looking for, you get to rummage through all the bad ones. I'm gonna go caramello. This is what it's come to. You know what I mean? Like we've been doing these live streams like all tournament, and it's gotten to the point where we're just sort of like kicking. It's the third place game. Man, we're just kicking back. The big one's tomorrow night, the final itself. A bit more of a relaxed vibe about this one, which I don't mind. And so many of you guys have been here for so many of these live streams over the last 2 weeks, man, which I greatly appreciated. Phil says, I think I should think during next week the A-League fixture will be published. Yeah, I mean, from what we've heard, yeah. So there was a little, there was an article posted from, sort of announcement. It was a bit of a weird one. The women's football celebration, which is going to be round one of the A-League women's season, will be the women's football celebration, which they announced yesterday on the socials. And they didn't really explain too much about what that actually entails. All the details that were mentioned were stuff that we already knew before, like the fact that the women's season starts before the men's. Mariners join the campaign. I mean, all the stuff they mentioned we'd already known. But the one little morsel that we took away, the most exciting thing was that at the end of the article on the Keep Up website, they said the fixture list will be released next week. So we can expect a fixture release in the A-League men's and women's competition next week, which could be in the next few days. I mean, we'll keep an eye out for it. But it's quite apparent. I think that I suspect the fixture list probably has been ready for quite a while. We're quite late with the fixture release for the A-Leagues this year. I suspect they're just waiting for this tournament, the Women's World Cup, to wrap up. I'm waiting for the tournament to wrap up. We've got some snacks in the chat. Pasta, love it. Sour cream and onion Pringles. Red Bull and KFC. Wow, what a combo. Pizza. Very nice. I'd love some pizza right now, man. Good question from Marcus. What's everyone's goal of the tournament? Team of the tournament and player of the tournament. Great questions, Marcus. I like it. I like when we have questions for everyone. Feel free to drop your answers in the chat. I have to have a think about it. Free kick for Sweden here, though. Aslani lining this one up. Delivery towards that far post. Amanda Issel, who I believe is playing tonight. She should be. She's in the Golden Boot race, the centre-back. She's got 4 goals this tournament, right? 4? Or 3? 12 minutes played. Sweden nil, Australia nil. Hey, goal of the tournament for me. I tell you what, dude. It is so difficult to pick goal of the tournament. I really want to say Sam Kerr's goal. I do. I was at the game. And if you've seen the vlog, you've seen my reaction to it. And I was just in shock. I think there's been maybe a couple goals that were better than that Sam Kerr goal. I'm really tempted to say Martin Cox's strike against France, the free kick, is top 3 for sure. Let's go for a top 3 for goals this tournament. Cox, against France. That free kick is in the top three somewhere. Bruit's strike for the Netherlands against Vietnam, her second goal was insane. That was a crazy goal. Oh, dude. Even Carmona's strike for Spain. There's been so many good goals. Katie McCabe's corner goal. I mean, crazy, right? I'll tell you what. If I had to pick a goal of the tournament, I would go Cox with a free kick. I think that free kick was absolutely incredible. I would love to say Sam Kerr's goal. But Joseph says here Panama one was too good too. Valin says Panama's first goal. Yeah. I like, as much as I want to say Sam's goal was best, Cox's free kick was just, not only was it the goal of the tournament, it's one of the greatest goals I've ever seen in my life. It was an incredible free kick. Just crazy. But yeah, like I said, there's been some superb goals scored this tournament. What was the one? Was it the Carmona strike? There was a goal that was scored. I'm trying to remember it, dude. There was a goal that was scored that came off the underside of the crossbar. I'm trying to remember what game it came in. Might have been Carmona strike. Anyway, if we're talking about as well, team of the tournament, player of the tournament. Team of the tournament. I mean, you could just go whoever wins it tomorrow, right? I mean, for me, I'd probably go Spain, despite the fact that they did lose 4-0 to Japan in the group stage. I probably would go Spain. They've looked very, very good for much of the tournament. Player of the tournament, that's a tricky one too. There's so many. I think Bonmati for Spain has been incredible. Jenny Hermoso for Spain has been great as well. I think for England, Millie Bryant has been really underrated. I think she's been fantastic. Who else could you look at there? Millie Bryant's been great, man, at the back. I mean, all those defenders. Lucy Bronze has been very, very good for England as well. Georgia Stanway for England. Who else? Dude? I mean, so many players you could look at from just like a variety of teams, hey? I think Diani from France was very good. She scored a lot of goals. Miyazawa with 5 goals for Japan. She was great. So many options. Katie for Ireland. Yeah, Katie's goal is great too, hey? My Xbox background is also Sam Kerr as captain. So is mine, funnily enough. Because, funnily enough, I when I watch the games here, for those that don't know, when I watch the games, I'm actually watching on my Xbox, which is on a separate screen over here to my left. And they updated like the UI or something. I just noticed it for the first time this afternoon. And if you have FIFA, for those that play FIFA 23, Sam Kerr is just there, just like the front of the cover. So yeah, Sam Kerr was the screensaver for my Xbox, which was pretty cool. Here comes Sweden down the left. Ellie Carpenter should be able to jockey that one out of play, and she does to perfection. What are our predictions for tomorrow, though? What are our final predictions with a scoreline? Give me a scoreline. Again, in my predictions video that I did yesterday, I said Spain 2, England 1. It should be so close. It'll be no more than 1 goal separating it, or it'll be a penalty shootout. I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow ends up in a penalty shootout. But I'm really fascinated with tomorrow's final. And I'll tell you why. Oh my God, no, I'll tell you later. Because here's Haley Rasso, who shoots way too early. It's blocked by Iseldet, and she goes back to Kerr. Who goes back to Gorry. Here comes the Tillies. There's Rasso in space. Rasso has Iseldet for company, and well defended there. Short for Carpenter, whose touch is a little heavy. Matilda's on the attack here on the right-hand side. Rasso still has it on the right. Needs to deliver. Surely Kerr's just chilling in the middle. Gorry in possession now. Katrina Gorry trying to get around the defender. Rasso should have crossed earlier there. She had a great chance. And now Sweden can counter. Okay. Forward. Corner. Corner Australia. Spain 3-1. 7-1 Spain. Spain 2-1. 5-2 Spain. Love it. I'll go back to what I was saying before. The reason why I'm really excited for tomorrow's game is because, for me, Spain are like the best attacking team in this tournament. That when they're going in attack, they're unstoppable. And England, for me, have been the best defensive team in this tournament. They've been so strong at the back. Those three central defenders, unstoppable. Catley's corner. Well delivered. Polkinghorne flicks off ahead and out of play. You heading to a call for the final? Won't be heading to the call to a call for the final. We'll be doing a live watch along for that one tomorrow. What do you play on FIFA? I play a lot of career mode. Yeah, a lot of, actually that's basically all I play. I just play career mode. A lot of you guys will know we do the career mode series here on the channel as well. We did a Brisbane Raw career mode a couple months ago, which was good fun. I only play career mode. Yeah. So, almost 20 minutes in. Sweden 0, Australia 0. Pretty even start up to this one. Sweden looked good early, but Australia starting to look a little bit more threatening as the game wears on. What console? Xbox. Yeah, Xbox. Valhoon's back in England on pens as well. Is anyone going to the final, actually? Yeah, let me know. Is anyone going to the final? Feel free to let me know. What an experience that'll be, mate. What an experience. I was very fortunate to get to a bunch of games this tournament. And I've got vlogs for all of them up here on the channel. Nice ball over the top for Kerr, who's going to control this. In the path of Rasso. Can she keep it in? No. That's not in. Very close. Very, very close there. Hayley Rasso in behind. Sam Kerr starting this game pretty well. Very, very good with her touch. What a class player she is, Sam Kerr, man. Every time the ball comes to her, you back her to do something with it. That pass was just a little bit too heavy for Rasso, though. What was I saying before? Before I got distracted? Who's going to the final? Is that what? Oh, no, I was talking about what games we went to. So, yeah, I was very lucky to get to a bunch of games. Australia v Ireland, the first one, in Sydney. All the games in Sydney. We went to England-Denmark, which ended 1-0 to England. That was a fun game. There was a lot of English fans there. Went to a round of 16 game between Netherlands and South Africa. That was a fun game too. Netherlands winning that one. And then, of course, we were at the semi-final a few nights ago. And again, the vlogs are all up for all those matches. And definitely that latest one is my favorite vlog. That moment where Sam scores, man, was just unreal. Marcus says you should do a create Canberra United and sign the best A-League signings in a career. That's actually not a bad idea. That could be fun. AUFC here says, yep, sure am heading to the final. Just checking to the hotel, watching this game on a crappy small screen. AUFC, hope you enjoy the match tomorrow. It'll be fantastic, I'm sure. Adam says, Catley is our left back and forward is our right back. They switch. What? Is forward right back? Let's have a look here. Adam has spotted a tactical switch up here. Catley appears to be at left back to my eyes. Rasso look like she's playing left wing. Ford definitely playing right wing by the looks of things now. So it looks like Rasso. It's Rasso and Ford who have swapped wings. Catley goes long towards Kerr. It'll be headed away by Eriksson, and Cooney Cross can recover it, but Sweden can come away here. Carpenter with a foul. Blackstone is chasing this one down. Claire Hunt. Well done, Claire. Very, very good tournament from Claire Hunt. She's been fantastic all tournament, man. Absolutely fantastic. Ryan. How's it going, Ryan? How's it going, my friend? So, this game is nicely balanced. Both teams look up for this one. Both teams willing to attack. Bit of space in the middle, and that's a wayward pass from Carpenter. We're talking about before about a lot of the positive performances from a lot of the girls in this team, man, but I tell you, one player who has unfortunately underperformed this tournament, and it pains me to say it is Ellie Carpenter. I don't know what it is, but just a little bit of lack of, especially with her passing, and her crosses have been a bit offline. Here's the cross now from Carpenter, and it will find Rasso. She just heard me, and Rasso goes for the near post, but it's saved by Muzovic. That's hilarious. I was literally criticizing Ellie Carpenter there for a second, and then she comes up with a fantastic ball to find Rasso at the far post. That was nicely worked. Great overlap run from Ellie. Nice from Haley Rasso just to chill off there at the back post. Find that space at the back. And it worked out. So, corner Australia. Corner Australia. Fallon's just Claire Hunt bossing it. So close indeed, Barry. Ryan's heading to Rangers v Morton. I'm assuming you're in Scotland, Ryan. Is that right? I'm taking that from the Rangers. Long ball here for Sweden. Looking to hit on the counter, but that'll bounce through to Mackenzie Arnold. Mackenzie! What a tournament for Mackenzie Arnold. Made some great saves against England in the semi, and of course the heroics in the penalty shootout as well. What a fantastic keeper. Well and truly has cemented her spot as Australia's first choice keeper, that is for sure. Mackenzie Arnold. What's the weather like in Scotland there at the moment, Ryan? Well, how's it going over there? It's a little bit chilly here on the central coast of New South Wales, Australia. As Australia look to attack down the left again, forward, back out on that left wing. Catley, underlapping run. Cooney cross on the ball. Delivery has a bit too much on it there. Sweden back in possession. Captain LF says I was going to go, but I gave my tickets away. Fair enough, Captain. I'm sure there's. I mean, how's it going now on the resale platform? Has anyone tried to buy tickets for tomorrow? I imagine it would be near impossible. Ryan says not great. It's raining, but it's been warm. What's the temperature here now? Actually, 15 degrees. Feels colder than that. Let's have a. What's the temperature in Glasgow right now?
It's 17 degrees right now in Glasgow,
United Kingdom. A couple degrees warmer than it is here. Sweden in behind. Great chance for them, and it's hit the post. The crossbar, in fact. What an opportunity for Sweden. That's the best chance of the game so far. I think it's Fridley and Rolfo with a header. Nicely worked. Just that little sliced pass through the middle for Blackstenius, who went down under a challenge. And the cross for Rolfo. With superb her header hit the crossbar. Great chance there for Sweden. Great chance. Crossbar indeed. No worries, Darth Eduardo. No worries. Did Blackstenius even... I mean, they're showing the replay, that incident where Blackstenius went down. Is there a VAR check here? So there is a VAR check here. Can I see the replay again? I didn't see any contact there. There's a VAR check. The referee's going to have a look at a possible penalty here for Sweden. So there appeared to be some sort of a collision. I didn't see any contact, but I might have missed something there. Let's have a look at this replay. Oh, okay, so there's a tiny clip on the heels. There is a tiny clip on the heels. I missed that. I'll tell you what, Blackstenius has made the most of that contact. Is there contact? Yes. Will this be given? Probably. But oh my goodness, did she make the most of that? I mean, look at the way she's running. She didn't have to fall. She landed both feet afterwards. Like, she was fine with her run there. She felt the contact and went down. That's definitely what happened. But I'll tell you what, this is going to be given. I'd be shocked if it's not. Do I agree with it? Well, I guess by the letter of the law, it has to be a penalty. And this will be a great opportunity for Sweden to open the scoring. They're going to take a shot from the spot here. They are going to take a shot from the spot. Wow. No way, says AUFC. Barry's not happy. Claire Hunt adjudged to have brought down Blackstenius with the slightest of touches on the left heel of the Swedish striker's boot. So, Sam Kerr's not happy. Sam Kerr's complaining. Great opportunity here for Sweden to take the lead. Engeldal scored a penalty for Japan. Against Japan in the quarterfinal. Can she find the back of the net here? Mackenzie Arnold. Well, she made some fantastic saves in this stadium just a week ago, man. Oh, it's changing out. I don't know if that was a tactic. Well, Engeldal, who scored a penalty against Japan in the quarterfinal, has just handed it off to Fridolina Rolfo, who, if I remember correctly, did score a penalty against the USA at the round of 16 in that shootout. So, Rolfo v. Arnold from the spot to take the lead for Sweden. Mackenzie Arnold, can she come up with another massive moment here for Australia? Oh, well taken. Well taken. Low and hard to the right. Sweden lead 1-0. I'll tell you what, Mackenzie Arnold went the right way, but that was a really, really well-struck penalty, man. Really, really well-struck penalty. Fantastic. Fridolina Rolfo opens the scoring here for Sweden. Fantastic. Lovely penalty. Lovely penalty. Lockie, you should move to Glasgow, says Ryan. That's a random one. I can't say that would happen. Funnily enough, I do have connections to Scotland. I've got family in Scotland. So, Australia, down in the third place match. Sweden take the lead from the penalty spot. Half an hour in, Sweden 1. Australia 0. It's the third goal of this tournament here, Rolfo. So how will Australia respond here? Gorry winning it in midfield. Well done. Gorry, she's going to lose it though. Rolfo wins it back way too easily. Gorry had to be a bit more urgent there. She'd won the ball back, but should have known she was going to be closed down there. And foul here. Sweden with a free kick in their own half. Yes, Drogba, we will be doing griddle at halftime. We will be doing, of course, our halftime griddle. This is our first stream in a few days. Our last stream was Tuesday, right? So it's been a few days. So how did you guys go with griddle yesterday? That's what I want to know. Because yesterday's griddle was probably the hardest one I've done. That was the one where there was no teams involved in griddle. For those that don't know, griddle is an A-League trivia game where you guess A-League players, but there were no A-League teams involved. There was just like stats. And the tricky row was the 35 plus. The players who have made their debut over the age of 35. And my brain was just gone when it came to that. I thought of a few players who had, but like one of the squares was like you had to guess a player who had made their debut over 35 and scored an own goal. And I was like, come on, man. I think it was like 3 or 4 options. It was ridiculous. So griddle was very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. That's right. Yeah, Giants are smashing Essendon right now, man. Giants are smashing Essendon. For those that don't know, I am a GWS Giants fan in the AFL, and they currently are slaughtering Essendon as we speak by 100 points. Oh my God. And it's only the third quarter. So, can Australia find a way back in this half? Got 4 yesterday, said Drogba. Yeah, I mean, what did I get? I think I got 7, and I was pretty happy with that. Here's Kerr in behind. Can't get any sort of convincing contact on that, though. Kerr, her first little opportunity getting in behind there, but couldn't make the most of it. The slightest question of offside 2 there as well, if she would have scored. Griddle was so hard yesterday. Griddle was so hard. So we're going to be playing Griddle at halftime, which is sort of a halftime entertainment here on the streams. Very, very keen. Swans play tonight, do they? Oh, you're right. Swans play Adelaide tonight. Gorry, forward to Kerr. Forward for Catley. Australia in a good position. Catley delivers towards Gorry, who flicks it over the bar. Do you gamble it? No, I don't gamble at all. Albo said 200 million to women's sports, says Barry. Yes, but there was an interesting thing. I mean, the APL came out with a statement. I don't know if you guys saw this today. To be honest, I still haven't read the whole thing yet. But from what I gather, not a lot of that $200 million of funding has gone to football or to specifically the A-Leagues. And from what I gather, the APL aren't too happy about that. Kurt Ford. Here's Caitlin Ford. Australia looking good now, man. Catley. Good ball. Misses everyone somehow. And Rolfo will come away with that one for Sweden. Blackstenius loves to move into these wide positions up top. Sweden on the counter. Blackstenius holds it up. Has to go backwards. So, Australia, after going down, starting to commit more numbers forward. More numbers forward here, chasing this goal before halftime. Sweden. Won every game this tournament so far, all the way up to that semi-final. That was their first loss of the tournament. Here's Aslani. Shoots. Blocked by Polkinghorn. Well done by Canarid to use her body to hold off Ford there. Canarid, nice little run. She probably won't get to that, no. Goal kick. Will we see a goal? Will we see an Aussie goal before halftime? That is the question now. As there is 10 minutes to play before the break. We will be playing Grill at halftime as well. And of course, if you want to support the channel here, support the stream, you can feel free to send through a super chat. Super chats go a huge way to helping me continue to do these live streams and make the content here on the channel. Freshman's dropping to the 68% chance for Sweden to win. Doesn't surprise me too much. They've got the lead here, and they're going to be hard to beat from this position. But hey, we've got hope here. A little injury concern here for Eriksson, who's gone down for Sweden. Wasn't quite. I mean, she was contesting with Kerr there for a header, but it wasn't really apparent. I mean, did she hit her chin, her jaw? She is pointing at her chin there, her jaw. So potentially there was something hit there against Kerr. Boston's here in the chat as well. So good to see all you guys here in the chat. I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend and have enjoyed this tournament. Appreciate you guys just tuning in as always, man. So good to see so many familiar faces here as well. If you're just tuning in, Sweden in the lead, courtesy of the penalty to Fridolin and Rolfo. We're having a look at that replay again. They're showing the replay of that foul. And I'll tell you what, dude. I mean, it's tricky. Like, there's totally contact, right? But the contact is so minimal, and Blackstenius has totally made the most out of it. She easily could have kept running there, Blackstenius. I mean, it's just a little knock on the back of the feet there, and she chose to go down. She chose to go down, man. What is your favorite league? A-League. It's the A-League. A-League men's. By far. Cooney cross. We are back underway here. Nice ball. Nicely controlled by Kerr, who's in the box, and she's just lost it there. She controlled it well, but then just poked it a bit too far ahead of her. Oh, well done, Gorry. That was fantastic from Katrina Gorry to win that ball back, and that's got to be a throw-in. It will be for Australia. So, Australia really, really pushing now towards the end of this half. Look at this replay here for Kerr. What a fantastic touch. Brought it under control. That would have been great if that ended up in a goal. Carpenter. Fowler. Rasso. Blocked. Fowler. Heavy touch again, but she's still in possession. Rasso for Australia. Carpenter. Gorry. Too slow there. Aslani poking it away. And great challenge from Engeldow. And Rubinson can drive forward for Sweden. They have numbers. Well cut out by Catley, though. Very nice. Very, very nice. So, 7 minutes remaining now. Sweden 1. Australia 0. Ball recovery time is looking pretty good for Sweden. Up to this point, according to the broadcast. Forward. Wayward pass there. That was a poor pass there. Bjorn up from right back. Looking infield. Here comes Sweden. Second goal. I'll tell you what, if Sweden got up 2-0, it's going to be very, very tricky for Australia to come back. Sweden, when they get the lead, they are very good at controlling the game. They've got the quality here to hold on. Defensively, very, very good, aren't they? 6 minutes remaining till the break. Barry says, at school I've seen a lot of people who have started attending Adelaide games, which is good news for the popularity of the sport. Hey, I mean, this is an exciting time, isn't it? I mean, for football, what an exciting time to be a football fan. And it's just great seeing just the people who are really getting on board with this tournament, and especially with the Matildas in this country. And just the hope now is the excitement around the Matildas transfers into the domestic competitions, into the A-League men's and women's competitions, man. And, and it's a good effort there from Aslani, but it'll be saved by Arnold. We hope it translates. We hope it translates into success in the A-League competitions. 40 minutes of football played. Sweden 0, Australia. Sweden 1, Australia 0. I wish it was the other way around. In today's box of favourites here, we've got it's not a bad range. Crunchy, Dairy Milk, Caramello, Picnic, Morrow. Unpopular opinion, I actually like Morrows. Milk Chocolate, Boost, Cherry Ripe, Turkish Delight, Old Gold Original, and Caramilk 12. Not the biggest fan of Caramilk. Not the biggest fan of Caramilk. It's Sweden, another one of their shots goes wide, this time from Engeldow. Not the biggest fan of caramel. I don't know what you guys make of caramel. It's like a mixture of like caramel and white chocolate, I think. I think that's what it's meant to be. And I like both of them individually, but together, yeah. Freshman reckons 6 minutes added on. I don't know if we'll have that much. We did. I mean, what are our stoppages this half? We had the VAR check, which was a couple minutes, and then there was a brief injury there for Eriksson for Sweden. We could maybe like 4 minutes. Barry says Caramilk is God. I don't know. Maybe I should give it another chance. Hey. Gory. Forward. Oh, nice pass, Fowler. Oh. Corey. Cooney cross. Get it. Oh, look at Ellie. Dude, look at the amount of space that Ellie Carpenter has right now. Let's switch the ball. Cooney cross. Good run. Corey. Oh, loses it. Sweden are away here. Blackstenius looking to go inside here. Plays wide for Rolfo. Huge chance for Sweden. Rolfo shoots just wide. Just wide there for Lena Rolfo. Should have done better. That was a really, really good position. Barry asks, do you think this could go to extra time or pens? Hey, totally capable of it. Totally capable of it. I think Australia absolutely could get themselves back into this game. I could see this going 1-1 maybe to extra time, man. No worries, Boston. Thanks for tuning in, man. Gorry forward for Carpenter. Ellie Carpenter. Nice pass down the lane for Rasso, and it's going to be a corner for Australia. Rubenson takes that one out of play for Sweden. So, final stages of this first half. Australia still looking for the breakthrough. We're going to see yet another classic in-swinging corner here from Steph Catley. Sam Kerr, we know her threat in the air. Can she get on the end of this one here for the Matildas? Catley's delivery towards Kerr, but it's headed clear. Karakuni Cross has a swing and it's bounced up. Well, Musovic, not the most convincing of saves, but Sweden survive. Well struck there by Cooney Cross. That actually wasn't that bad. Oh, it's a terrible back pass from Polkinghorn. And Blackstanius can't keep it in. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. What has Claire Polkinghorn done there? Oh, it's ridiculous. Uncharacteristic mistake from an experienced player. Blackstanius couldn't keep the ball in play there. That was a huge mistake from her as well. And a foul here from Katrina Gorry on Azlani. It's going to be the first booking of the evening for Katrina Gorry. Australia just looking a little bit shaky when Sweden hit them on the counter-attack, dude. We've got 5 minutes of added time. 5 minutes of added time here. We're going to be playing Griddle very, very shortly. That's right. Paris 2024, Euros next year. Jimbo says Paris 2024, Australia win. Hey, dude, hopefully. Would love to see the Matildas do well next year in Paris. The Olyroos as well, of course. Hoping to qualify and get through. The Olyroos announced their squad for the upcoming qualifiers just the other day. Sweden's free kick. Looking to find a second goal heat, which would be huge for Sweden. Would put them in a great, great position. 1 minute already played, and we haven't even had a ball kicked. Now it has been well delivered. It's bouncing around, and it's almost in. It's Mackenzie Arnold, who makes a wonderful save and keeps Australia in the game. Well, Australia failed to deal with that one. I think it was Rubenson with a strike, and Arnold saved it well down to a left. Barry says, nice save. I thought that was in. Me too. I thought I was going to fly in for sure. Nice play here. Sweden still on the attack. Cooney Cross trying to wrestle it back. Well done. Nice play here. Sweden will get it back and send it long again. Wow. So, Mackenzie Arnold called into action a couple times today already. Australia up 3 minutes to go in the half. Keeping it to 1-0, and would love to try and hit back here before the break. Catley for forward. That should be a Sweden throw. It will be an Australian throw. That looked for sure like it came off Steph Catley's chest. Inside for Fowler, who loses the ball. Australia just need to do a little bit better to control this game. Try and get themselves on the ball. A foul there. A late challenge. Blackstenius is away. Huge chance for Sweden. Shot goes wide. This hasn't been the tournament for Blackstenius. Unfortunately, Sweden's star striker. Usually so reliable. Great run. I mean, how about the timing of that run, getting in behind, man? That was fantastic, eh? Absolutely fantastic. Kurt, how's it going? What club does Sam Kerr play for? Sam Kerr currently plays her club football with Chelsea in England. And is a very prolific striker for them. Darth Edward says this game is on scary mode with the shots and shots close 1-2. That's right. That's right. It's been a little bit worrying here for Australia. Sweden are looking like they're more likely to score the next goal. And they could find another chance here. Nice play. Trying to get in behind Aslani's pass. Catley has to clear up the line. It's going to come straight back at them. Angle down there on the ball. Rubinson. Two minutes to go here in the half. Sweden 1, Australia 0. Ball played up the line. Polkinghorn should be able to deal with this. Throw in. Well closed down there by Aslani. Sweden have been the better side this half for sure, man. Valhoon says, think TG needs to make some subs at halftime. I think I gotta agree with you there, Valhoon. I think, especially considering this is the last game, I think just we need something different. Worth throwing on some different players. Maybe a Courtney Vine, maybe an Alex Chidiac. Gorry surely fouled there. Aslani through the back. And a little bit of push and shove. Look at this from Katrina Gorry. Aslani doesn't like it. And there's a bit of a coming together here between the two players. Completely unnecessary there from Aslani. Gorry was just trying to get up and get her out of the way. And Aslani came back for more. Totally unnecessary from the Swedish captain there. So, final seconds of this half as injury time is set to expire. We'll be playing Griddle at halftime in just a second, so make sure you stick around for that. Live here on stream. Totally unnecessary. I mean, what is Aslani doing there? Like, just get on with it. Gorry was so clearly just trying to get on with the game. Here's the delivery for Australia. Fowler can't keep it in. Gorry, edge of the box. Claire Hunt, Catley, Fowler. Australia trying to get something going. Kerr in space on the right. Kerr delivers. It's a shot. Saved by Musovic. And a huge collision. Oh my God, what a collision. Serious concern here for these players. Massive collision in the box. Caitlin Ford is down. There's a Swedish player down. It's Aslani who was just involved in the incident with Gorry. And I think we're going to finish off this half right here. Musovic parried that Kerr shot away. I thought Kerr was going to go for the cross. Here's the collision. Oh! Oh, that's nasty, dude. That's a nasty collision. The two number 9s head to head. Heavy challenge there. Caitlin Ford's back to her feet. Obviously, concussion is a concern here. I'll tell you what, that was a hefty collision. Hefty collision. Marcus, Sweden opened the scoring from the penalty spot. Rolfo scored the penalty. So, Aslani is still on the floor here, and there's some concern for the Sweden captain. Caitlin Ford still being spoken to here, but Aslani hasn't gotten off the floor here. She's moving, but she's still prone on the floor right now. Blood on the ears, says Barry. We hope both players are okay. Aslani is back on her feet now. Gosh, what a collision. I mean, just not both players fully committed to that challenge. didn't hold anything back, but the head clash was the most concerning part, obviously. Looks like both players are okay, which is great to see. And we have well and truly expired injury time now, so both teams will go into the halftime sheds with the scores at Sweden 1, Australia 0. That's right, Marcus. Griddle time. Griddle time. He will be playing Griddle live on stream. I haven't had a look at the table today for Griddle. I haven't had a look at what the clubs are involved or anything like that. So you're going to be seeing my live reaction to it in just a moment. It'll be a halftime entertainment. And that is indeed halftime. Sweden 1, Australia 0. A penalty converted by Fridolin Rolfo separates the sides. Can Australia come back in that second half and chase down this bronze medal for this tournament? Barry says the crowd doesn't sound too happy with that half. Well, I mean, potentially the crowd not unhappy with that penalty decision. I mean, it was one of those tricky ones, the penalty, right? It was one of those tricky ones where there was contact. I don't think there's any doubt about that. It wasn't the most convincing of contact. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't the most contact. All right, we are going to be playing Griddle here, live on stream, which we've been doing pretty much every. We've been doing it every every stream at halftime, which has been a lot of fun. And you guys can watch me either struggle or succeed in Griddle. For those that don't know, Griddle is an A-League trivia game. Here we go. Let's pop it up here. Griddle is an A-League trivia game, which is a lot of fun. We have to guess players. And, no, dude, we got the 35 years on debut again. I don't like that one. We had that yesterday, dude. We don't rarely double up on things. 3 clubs played for is generally pretty easy, and the 75 plus games. Okay. Oh, wow. What a bizarre. Look at that. Look at that range of numbers there. Here's our score so far. So you can see down the bottom here. This is our score so far. We are currently leading the way in the 9s, which is great. So we're leading the way in the 9s, which is great. 7 in the 8s, 5 in the 7s, and 3 in the 6s. Our average is at 8.0. So we want to try and keep those 9s leading the way, man. Try and bump that average up. Yesterday we played off stream because we didn't do a stream yesterday, and we got a 7. We struggled a little bit yesterday. So let's jump into this one then. Quite an interesting board today. It's that middle row which is the tricky one though, isn't it? 2 options for this one. Oh gosh. So 35 years of age. By the way, I've closed down the chat right now just to avoid any answers or anything. I usually do this. I will be reading the chat afterwards. So let's jump into it. 30 plus 35 on debut for City. You know the first one that comes to mind, which is kind of random, like Aaron Hughes. Aaron Hughes, who was like a former like Fulham. He played for Fulham back in the day, I think. Aaron Hughes. Surely he would have been over 35. Craig Noon, I don't think he was over 35. I've got some others that I'm just... Tim Cahill? Surely Tim Cahill was over 35, or was he? Surely Timmy Cahill was over 35 when he made his debut for City. Is there anyone? I mean, Aaron Hughes is the first one that came to mind. But Tim Cahill, I mean, So Tim Cahill was obviously involved in the 2018 World Cup. Gosh, when did he play for City? I want to say he played for Sweden. No, Tim Cahill played for City in like 2016, 17. I'm going to go Tim Cahill. I'm going to go Tim Cahill here for this one. I'm going to go Tim Cahill. Let's go. He was 36, man. He was 36. Never in doubt. 35 years on debut for MacArthur FC. I think I might remember one of the ones from yesterday, one of the answers from yesterday. Adrian Mariappa. Benyat Susayeta. I don't know if they were over 35, though. Maybe Benyat was, though. Mark Milligan. Surely Mark Milligan was over 35. Surely Mark Milligan. Oh, okay. we're on here. The 9 out of 9 is still on here. I'm pretty confident with these other rows. A player who has played 7... Now, this is the tricky one. The middle one is the tricky one here. There's only 2 options. There's only 2 options for this one. There's only 2 players who have made their debut, A-League debut, over the age of 30, 35 or older, and have gone on to play 75 games. Alessandro Del Piero could be one. Did he play 75 games? He played a lot. He was here for a couple of years, wasn't he? Oh, Diamante. Surely Diamante's up there. But did Diamante play? I don't know. I don't think Diamante played that many games. Alessandro Diamante was here for the first year, where he pretty much played every game. 25. That's pretty much 3 years straight of like playing every game, 75 games. So would have Diamante was, oh gosh, man. So Diamante didn't play too much last year. I mean, he played a little bit off the bench. The year before he was injured. The year Western won the grand final, he was injured for a lot of that season. Was that Western's 3rd year in existence? I think it was. Yeah, we're coming up to Western's 5th year in existence now. Yeah. So I'm not keen for Diamante for that middle one. Del Piero is the one that's coming to mind. Patrick Zwanswijk. And I was kicking myself. I realized that this was one of the answers from yesterday when it came to the players 35 years and older. Played for my team, the Mariners. I'm pretty sure he played at least 75 games. Let's go Patrick Zwanswijk here. I think the 2 players might be Zwanswijk and Del Piero. Yes! Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, we survived. Wow, dude. I'm so lucky to get through that one. Okay, cool. Should be easier from here. MacArthur, Brisbane Roar. We can go Jake McGing, but we could also go Jake McGing bottom right. So do I want to go that bottom one first? I'm slightly worried about that bottom one a bit more. No, that should be bunch plays there. Jake McGing. 75 plus games for Brisbane Roar. Let's go Matt Mackay. Brisbane City. There's probably been heaps, right? How many has it been? 20. Who you guys got for Brisbane City? By the way, I can't see the chat right now, but I will be reading it afterwards. Jamie McLaren. That's a bit of an easy one. 3 plus clubs played for Melbourne City. There's a bunch we could go for here. Let's go Bozanic. Only played a handful of games for City. 75 plus games and 3 plus clubs played for. That's an easy one, man. We could pick your griddle favourites there. Liam Reddy, top of Stanley. And then MacArthur, 3 plus clubs played for. Let's go Danny De Silva. Ladies and gentlemen, another 9 out of 9 on griddle today. Let's go. Very happy with that one. Very, very pleased to get through that middle row especially. And do we bump up the average at all? We don't, but look at that. 11 in the 9s. We're happy with that. Very happy with that. So that's our griddle for today. I'm going to open up the chat again. Let's see what the people are saying. Let me know. Does anyone have any creative answers in today's griddle? Marcus's answers. McLaren, Theo, and McGing. Nice. You had Cahill as well. Diamante. So was Diamante correct? Oh, he was. Wow. So Del Piero hadn't played over 75 games. Wow, dude. Interesting. So Diamante and Zwanswijk. And then there you go. Milligan. Mariappa was another one. Federici. Yeah, for sure. Who's the other ones here for City? Aaron Hughes. Okay, that's good. We were thinking Aaron Hughes as well. That was our first option. Galakovic is a good shout. Sorensen. I should have thought of him as well. Damien Duff. That was another name that popped into my head. Valhoon got a 9 out of 9 as well. Romario says Pumpkin. Gomorka for Brisbane City. Yeah, for sure. What about this bottom row here? I mean, there would have been heaps of options here. The bottom right, though. Oh, okay. There's actually quite a few players who have played for the 3 plus clubs for MacArthur. Yeah, or Miller, Curto, Golek. Heaps. Cool. It's that middle row that was the tricky one, wasn't it? And there you go. Only 3 players who have ever played for both Macarthur and Brisbane. Ivan Franjic, Jake McGing, and Tommy Orr. Cool. That was once we got to that middle row, I'll tell you what. And here's what I don't like. I don't think in Griddle, I don't think they should be putting this same category 2 games in a row because I look at the answers. Like, obviously you go in and see, oh, who did I miss, right? And I remember seeing Patrick Zansvik in there yesterday when we had the 35 years old. So now, the only reason why I thought of Patrick Zansvik is, I mean, I should have thought of him in the first place anyway. But the only reason why I got Patrick Zansvik because I was like, oh yeah, he was one of the answers from yesterday. So there we go. Cool. Pretty happy with that. Griddle. We'll be playing tomorrow's Griddle live on stream tomorrow. Our next stream tomorrow will be for the final itself. We will be doing a watch along for the Women's World Cup final tomorrow. What is Griddle? I don't play it. Griddle is an A-League trivia game. As you can see here, the aim of the game is to guess players based in this grid. And that's basically all there is to it. So great game if you're a fan of the A-League. Namas here. How's it going, Namas? Says Pamela's here as well. Says Nama asks, what are your thoughts on the match? Overall, Sweden definitely the better side. Sweden are playing well. They're in control of this game for sure. Australia had moments, that's for sure. Sam Kerr had a couple nice touches, but nothing too challenging for Sweden up to this point just yet. Darth Eduardo says, looks good for Sweden. It is looking very, very good indeed. Very good indeed. So, can Australia, the question is now, can Australia bounce back? Can Australia hit back in the second half, get themselves on the score sheet, try and find a way to get themselves back into this game? We know it's their final hit out in this tournament. A-League is here as well. Hope you're doing well, my man. It's a matter of substitutions as well, I think. I think we might see some halftime subs. I think we might see a Courtney Vine. I think we might see an Alex Chidiac. I think especially considering this is the final game. I mean, not regardless of the scoreline. I think if we're losing 3-0 or if we're up and we're winning 3-1, I think we will see a bunch of changes towards the end. Butter's here as well. Hope you're doing well, honey, Butter. Hope you're doing well. So, second half just around the corner. Let's check the scores. I know some of us were talking about the AFL scores before. Dude, my GWS Giants are currently smashing Essendon 155-29. My lord. What a scoreline. That's crazy. Welcome back to Coast Watch AFL. Coast Watch Footy. I don't know if you could call it that. That'd be a big one. Big win for Giants if they can get that done. Wow. Butter says, I'm at work and 8 of my teachers from school have just come here for dinner. Wow, that's weird. Wouldn't that be weird? That must be a bizarre one for you, Butter. Just like seeing 8 of your teachers in your workplace. Oh, that must be bizarre for you. I hope work's going all right for you, Butter. Thanks for jumping in the chat. Great to see a really strong crowd in Brisbane for this one, this third place match. Plenty of Aussie fans, of course. A little bit hard to distinguish the Swedish numbers in the crowd, considering that they are also wearing the colour yellow. So a lot of yellow in the stands here in Brisbane tonight. And of course, tomorrow will be a packed one as well. The Women's World Cup final between Spain and England. We will be doing a live watch along for that one tomorrow as well. Darth Eduardo says, I don't know anyone in the A-League, only people from outside Australia's leagues. Fair enough, Eduardo. I have played as well. There's a similar one to Griddle, whereas like, I don't know what it's called. It's like Tic-Tac-Toe or something. But it's like a Premier League one. I've played that one before. I can't recall what it's called. But there was a Premier League one, which was pretty fun too. But I definitely have better knowledge when it comes to the A-Leagues compared to the Premier League, that's for sure. Teams back out on the pitch, and Caitlin Ford is strapped up, ladies and gentlemen. Caitlin Ford has a bandage around her head. The player that she collided with at the end of that half, Aslani, appears to be okay and will be playing in the second half. So, who will come out victorious in this third place match and pick up the bronze medal? Fridolina Rolfo scored the opening goal of the game for Sweden from the penalty spot. Tiki Taka Toe, that might be it, but yeah, that might be it. I can't recall the name. It's something like that. Nitty YouTube's here. How's it going? Good to see you here. And we are underway in Brisbane for the second half. Matilda's kicking us off. And already Sweden win the ball back. Seconds in. Wow. Seconds in. Alex says, overall from this World Cup as a content creator, I'm so happy that the Tillies dragged a big crowd to Oz football. Hopefully the upcoming A-League seasons the upcoming A-League season brings in a good crowd. Indeed, we hope so. We hope the excitement, we'll talk about that a bit earlier. We would love for that excitement to carry over, man, and feed into the A-League's competitions. Here's Anderson for Sweden. Rolfo hits it first time. It's far too much power in that. That's blazed wide. So no halftime changes from either side, by the looks of things. Two full-strength lineups, no teams rotating things for this one. Blackstenius was heavily involved for Sweden, had a couple of good opportunities. Couldn't quite take her chances. Sam Kerr was trying to get herself involved, but probably needs a little bit more service. Oh, geez, that was bizarre from Mackenzie Arnold. She easily could have picked up the ball, but that wasn't a back pass, was it? She could have picked up the ball there and almost kicked it into her own defender in Polkinghorn. Butter says, the other day, I got 9 on 9 a griddle with all and current and former players of the Knicks. That's like actually a good challenge. It's like pick one team that you have to, and if you can, like try and make all the answers from that one team. But yeah, nice. Fowler. Ooh, Fowler goes down, and that should be a foul committed by Anderson. One of the most exciting things, I think, for the Matildas is just like the young players who are coming through and really stepping up. I mean, Mary Fowler is just a fantastic player who is still so young and has a massive future. Kyra Cooney-Cross in midfield. There's players who have massive futures ahead of them, man. Charlie Grant, another young player, didn't really get many minutes this tournament, only made one appearance. That came in the Canada game. Core delivery's not bad. Kerr almost on the end of it. Sweden should be able to scramble this clear. And they do. Well done for Canarid from Canarid there. Angled out for Aslani. Fowler wins the ball back. Feeds Rasso, who goes down under the challenge. And wins a free kick. Quite a central sort of position here for Australia for this free kick. But Anderson just clipping the leg of Hayley Rasso there. So an early opportunity for Australia to find this equaliser early in this second half. Can they do it? Can they do it? Sweden have been so solid in defence for pretty much this entire tournament. Steph Catley and Kyra Cooney-Cross standing over this one. They've been two of Australia's main set-piece takers this tournament. Keep an eye out for Sam Kerr. She'll be floating around. Players on either side of the free kick. It's interesting being it's so central. We've got players spread either side here. They're looking for Kerr. And she won't be able to keep that in, Sam. So, Sam Kerr still trying to get herself into this game and influence it. Phil says Kari Cooney Cross and Mary Fowler will have clubs in France and England watching them. Absolutely. There is, especially for Kari Cooney Cross. I mean, from what we've heard on the socials, there's a lot of interest around her. Oh, that's definitely a handball on Cooney Cross. Free kick for Sweden at the halfway line here. Valhoon says, my concern is what the Matildas have after Sam. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good young strikers coming through the A-League women's competition. But you can look at the likes of Emily Gilnick, Larissa Crummer, and a bunch of other players in the A-League women's competition who could make the step up, I'm sure, in years to come. I'm sure Sam has plenty of years to go, though. So there is time for a successor to appear for Australia. Similar sort of thing with maybe the Socceroos as well. When you look at the retirement of Tim Cahill and who is going to step up in that role. And hey, have we had someone step up? I don't know. I don't think we have. I mean, Jamie McLaren is a prolific striker at club level. Maybe hasn't shown his class on the international stage just yet. Mitch Duke had a fantastic tournament in the Men's World Cup last year. Six minutes into this half, already proceeding pretty similarly as the first half did. Australia trying to get stuff moving forward, but Sweden staying very compact at the back. Space on the right here for Australia. They're not utilising it. It's quite interesting here tactically, just like looking at Sweden. When they don't have the ball, Fridolin Rolfo, who's the left-sided midfielder for Sweden, tucks right in. Here comes Sweden. They've won the ball high up the park. Asllani! There is Claire Hunt to make the clearance. And Polkinghorn will keep that out and keep it out for a throw-in, which is well done by her. A little bit concerning again there. Sweden slicing through very, very well. Yes, AUX, we will be doing a live stream tomorrow for the final. We will be live for a final tomorrow. Bunner, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoy your dinner break, man. Luis Enrique tuning in from Mexico. How's it going? Got a feeling that Remy Simpson is coming back to the A-League Women's, says Marcus. That'd be cool. Bunner says, asks thoughts on Chris Wood. Decent striker. Hey, he scored in the Premier League last night, didn't he? Am I right? For Nottingham Forest, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Once again, AUX, we will be live tomorrow for the final. We will be doing a live watch along for that one. Very excited for it. That's right, Phil. Yeah, Jamie McLaren did spend some time over there in Europe, in Germany, and that's right, at Hibs in Scotland. And it's been quite interesting watching Jamie McLaren and how, I'm assuming he is getting offers from overseas. I mean, the way he's just scoring goals so prolifically in Australia. He's been the Golden Boot winner for, I've lost track of how many years now. I think it's something like 4 or 5 years in a row now. Jamie McLaren's been number one of that list. He's good enough to be playing, it's somewhere in Europe. But he's chosen to stay in Australia, Melbourne City. Sweden with a corner here. Or is it a goal kick? That should be a goal kick. That did appear to come off Canary last. Will be a goal kick indeed. Kerr with a flick on. Rasso. Downed. Free kick. Gustafsson not happy. Rasso's not happy as well. I think some of the Australian... And I'll tell you, it's Anderson again. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Swedish left back Anderson, I think that's her third foul in this half already, and it's not even been 10 minutes. So what is that? That's now 3 fouls in under 10 minutes. From the Swedish left back Anderson. And, gee whiz, I don't know what else you have to do to get yourself a yellow card with these constant fouls here. Here's Ford trying to bring it down. Cleared away once again by Sweden. Interesting take there, Pumpkin, says on Jamie McLaren. Says top scoring in the A-League gives him a better shot at the Socceroos than risking overseas. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I like to think that he would be able to succeed overseas too. Cooney cross. Phil says, I take it either one or both of Jamie's parents are Scottish. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, actually. Clear hard under pressure here. Look at Carpenter screaming for the ball. And again, I mean, look at what's happening right now. So if you can see, Sweden's number 18, Frelina Rolfo, is tucking so far inside. I don't know what the tactic is here. I mean, we do see Blackstenius pull out to the left. Ellie did finally try to get to the ball, but Rolfo got out to her too quick. But it's so fascinating watching Rolfo just like drift infield so much. It almost turns into like a 4-2-2-2 formation for Sweden when they're without the ball. And you can see it again now, the way that Rolfo's tucking inside, almost marking Cooney Cross, the central midfielder for Australia. Catley, Gorry, trying to get through, brought down. That's got to be a foul. No. Play on. Gorry's been very physical in this match so far up to this point, but not quite winning that midfield duel. Katarid brought down. Blackstenius wins the ball. Aslani in possession. Oh, she's hacked down by Fowler. And that will be a free kick. Well, Sweden are just showing far too much class in this game tonight. Far too much class from Sweden. And Australia, I'll tell you what, are really struggling to deal with this. Pumpkins, the same with Goodman. He's been able to secure a starting Socceroos place here, and it's guaranteed to stand out in the A-League and at Adelaide. I think as well, I think the conversation has changed around the A-League as well. Like, it's not just, being able to succeed in the A-League, but I think the A-League is a genuine league where even if you want to be, picked for the Socceroos, the A-League isn't going to diminish your chances of doing that. You just have to look at the likes of, Kai Rolls, who has stepped up to be, Socceroos starting centre-back now. Kai Rolls didn't get his first Socceroos appearance after signing for Hearts. It came off the back of a successful season at Mariners, so that's a prime example. Geordie Boss is another one as well. Geordie Boss playing well in the A-League, and I feel like it's more the case now in the A-League men's competition than before, where if you really do well, the A-League is, you don't have to go overseas to get the attention of Graham Arnold and the Socceroos. If you play well, even at A-League level, you will get picked. And there's been many players, especially young players, who have shown that in recent years. Rasso goes down. Play on. Van Egmond is preparing to come on here for Australia. I like it. The kind of play that I think you need to bring on to just control the game a little bit more. Be interesting to see who comes off for her as well. Could be Gorry. Could even be Fowler. Could even be Mary Fowler. Sweden in control of the ball now. In control of this game. And Courtney Vine's preparing to come on as well here. So 2 changes for Australia as we approach the hour mark. Phil says at the moment Matildas are struggling to get the ball out of their half. Yep. Really, really struggling. And it's Sweden are just far too structured. Well structured. Tony Gustafsson. So what's happening here? Tony Gustafsson is on the sidelines here and it appears very animated and upset. Finally, subs are being made. He wanted the subs to happen. So Rasso will be coming off here for Vine. Rasso's final appearance in the tournament. Great tournament for Hayley Rasso. Scored 2 goals against Canada in that crucial group stage match. And Van Egmond has come on for Katrina Gorry, who as well has had a really solid tournament. Courtney Vine scored the winning penalty at this stadium in the quarterfinal against France. Throw in here for Australia in enemy territory. Carpenter looking to go long. Whoa, dude, great throw from Ellie Carpenter. Back on the ball. Looking to deliver. That's too close to Musovic. Who claims it. An hour of football has been played in Brisbane. Sweden maintaining their 1-goal lead. So, fresh legs of Vine and Egmont on. I like the changes. I like the decision to especially bring Egmont into midfield. He is now. Get a little bit more control in the middle there. I think Gorry was getting a little bit beaten too easily in midfield. Forward for Van Egmont. Switch play by Van Egmont. Well, great first touch there from Carpenter. Forward for Fowler. Could have gone inside there for Carpenter. Cooney Cross wins it, but gives it away, and Sweden can counter here. Aslani, the captain. Blackstenius is in space, and Blackstenius is away here for Sweden. Great chance for Sweden. Great challenge from Hunt. Still on for Sweden. Aslani hits it. Oh, what a goal! Great strike from Aslani, who makes it 2-0 for Sweden. And that goal might just well secure third place for Sweden. Australia, too sloppy, giving the ball away, and were punished there. That was a precise counterattack there from Sweden, dude. Not much we could do about that. I mean, the giveaway was poor, though. Cooney Cross, the sliding challenge, but the door was completely open. Carpenter was nowhere to be seen. She was up for the attack. Blackstenius held it up well, and great vision from Blackstenius as well to find the pass. And what a hit! I mean, that's a great goal for Blackstenius to hold up the ball and see the run, see the space, and then the strike. I mean, that's a beautiful goal by Sweden. I mean, even as an Australian fan, I think you just have to applaud that. That was a really well taken goal. They're just too good. They're too good, Sweden. So this is not the way Australia wanted to end this tournament. Rolfo scores in the first half. Aslani scores in the second. There's still plenty of time to go. There's still at least half an hour to go with injury time. He's forward, trying to get it to Kerr. Need to try and get Sam in the game a little bit more. She hasn't seen too much of the ball. Blackstenius in possession once again. Does well. Finds the pass to Rolfo. Sweden maintaining possession well here. Australia looking to press here. Courtney Vine, well done. Wins the ball back. Fowler looks early for forward. It's cut off. Sweden back on possession. Oh, boy. What can Australia do to get themselves back into this one? This feels like one of the like a bizarre situation. It just feels like no matter what Australia do here, Sweden have an answer. Tony Gustafsson obviously has a Swedish connection himself. Was hoping for a better performance here from his side in this game. Anderson, that's a great clearance because it's found Blackstenius. And look at this counter-attack again. It's a through ball. It's a well-delivered through ball. And it's a huge, fantastic challenge there from Catley. Canarid recovers, but there's Ford getting back to help out in defense. Well done. Wow. Cooney Cross gets it back to Polkinghorn. It's been a really difficult game here for Australia, man. We've really had to compete, but not much is going our way, dude. Van Egmond now. It was long. Can't find anyone. That was a bit of a bizarre decision there from Van Egmond just to go along, just to send that one. And look at this. I mean, Angledale's just on the ball in midfield and it's just under no pressure at all. This is starting to feel like a little bit of a lost cause here for Australia. It just doesn't appear to be that Australia have any response. And it's another through ball here. Blackstenius is in. It's a good save by Arnold and the flag has gone up. The flag has gone up there. But again, just far too easy. I tell you what, if Blackstenius had scored there, there was a question of that potentially being onside. That might have been right on line with the last defender there. Sweden will make a substitution here. Aslani's coming off after just scoring that goal a moment ago. AUFC fan says, come back to that AUFC fan. They've just shown that replay of that offside call. If Blackstenius hadn't scored... Oh, was that the previous one? Sorry, no, that was the previous one leading up to the goal, so that was onside. AUFC fan says Sweden would have given England a good game. That would have been a great game. That would have been a very intriguing game. Phil says Sweden's passes are inch perfect. Absolutely. I mean, that second goal, I mean, it had to be perfect. And just the way they broke through a moment ago, far too easy, man. Hertig and Blomqvist coming on here. They're the two subs that came on in the semi-final against Spain as well. They had a good impact there. Hertig set up that one goal for Sweden in the semi-final. Australia just need to get some sort of control of this game here. Already we've lost it from that throw-in. Angledale with space through the middle. Looking for the pass. To the feet of Rolfo here. Hertig on the ball. Here's Lena Hertig. Good run. Deflection to the hands of Arnold. Well, I'll tell you what. This feels like a matter of time until Sweden to score a third here, unfortunately. Nice run there from Hertig and almost got around there, Carpenter. It just feels like a matter of time. Legit. Sweden have all the momentum here. AUFC fan says, I think we're still 2 to 3 World Cup cycles away from winning. Hey, look, I don't think we're far at all. I think, especially from this tournament, has certainly shown us that we can match it with the world's best. Yeah, it could happen. It could happen in the next couple cycles for sure. I think this has set the standard now for Australia to do well. You know, to especially when it comes to the Asian Cups, to be winning Asian Cups. I think is expected of Australia now. We've been superb this tournament, and you know, heading into the Women's World Cup in 2027, we'll be aiming to go even further than this time. Jimbo says Australia to win in Paris 2024. I mean, it would be great to aim for the win in that one as well. You'd expect it to be much of the similar squad next year for Paris, for the Olympics. Cooney Cross's free kick is heavy. Hunt keeps it in, and it's a great chance. Polkinghorne gets it on target, but Musovic makes the save. It was straight at the Swedish keeper, to be fair there. Well done by Claire Hunt, keeping that in play. Polkinghorne. Oh, great chance. Nice little improvisation there from Polkinghorne just to get the boot away there. AUSC fans, I really hope people support the Asian Cups like they have the World Cups, for sure. Obviously, it's essentially the second biggest tournament for the Matildas. Up there with the Olympics as well, of course. I guess those are probably the three biggest tournaments, right, for the Matildas. The World Cup was obviously number one. I would probably go. I mean, you'd probably have to go Olympics second, right, and then Asian Cup third. They're the three biggest tournaments, and very much looking forward to seeing the Matildas in action in major tournaments soon. We do, of course, know the Matildas already have 3 games lined up for those Olympic qualifiers in October. They're playing 3 games in Perth in October. Vine. Courtney Vine can't keep that in play. 20 minutes to go here. Sweden maintaining a 2-0 lead here over Australia. And they're in control. And Tony Gustafsson, there he is on his bench, trying to come up with some sort of ideas here. This is total control here by Sweden. I mean, Australia, Polkinghorne had a shot on target, but didn't trouble Musovic. And what's that? I mean, just a lob over the top. I think that was from Carpenter. I mean, it's not going to find anyone. This is this might be up there with one of our worst performances of the tournament, unfortunately. This is a bit uninspiring from Australia at the moment, as Alex Chudiak is preparing to come on, which is great to see. Sweden. Third goal here would surely seal it. Counter-ed, driving forward for Sweden. Cooney Cross does well to win it back. Great drive from Cooney Cross, but sliding challenge, too good from Engeldow. I mean, a lot of instances here where Sweden are just winning these duels. And they're just a bit too good at the moment. You know, against France, I mean, the France game was the one that just impressed me so much for Australia. We were so competitive and physical in that game, and we really matched France, who are a good side. But Sweden really showing their class here, man. I mean, they've played so well in every aspect, really, like in attack and in defense. And unfortunately for these last 2 games against Sweden and England, for Australia, we've been the lesser side, and that's been apparent, unfortunately. So, sort of AUSC fan was talking about earlier about being maybe 2-3 World Cup cycles away from winning. Might be the case. Oh my God, Courtney Nevins coming on too. Ladies and gentlemen, Courtney Nevins set to make her World Cup debut. Very exciting for the young defender. Here's Sweden looking to come forward again. Polkinghorne cuts it out. Counter-ed. Sweden in the box. Delivery's not bad. Couldn't get a shot off. Cleared away for Australia. So, here's the substitution for Australia. Great to see Chidiak and Nevin coming on here. Who will it be coming off? And there you go, Chidiak. That was very clear there from Chidiak. She said M, go 10. She wants Emily Van Egmond to go into that number 10 role. Courtney Nevin. Well, Courtney Nevin's come on here for Ellie Carpenter. Not her best performances at this tournament, unfortunately, Ellie Carpenter. Her campaign comes to an end. And interestingly enough, it's Claire Polkinghorne coming off as well. So 2 defenders off here. So, that might suggest that Cooney Cross will drop to right back. Sam Kerr has gone down here after a challenge. A little bit concerned here. The referee's not budging here. Sam Kerr struggling to get back up here. Clearly in pain here, Sam Kerr. This is a bit of a concern. Delivery for Australia, though, towards Chidiac. Brings it down for Vine. Well done, Courtney Vine. Finds the space. Delivery's not bad for Fowler. Can't make the contact. And some serious concern here. Dude, play has to be stopped. Sam Kerr is writhing around in pain on the floor. And still we play on. Cooney Cross calling out to the referee. And now finally, play will be stopped. Well, the referee completely neglecting the welfare of the player here. Sam Kerr, this is really concerning. And I'll tell you what, she's holding the calf. Sam Kerr is holding the calf. The challenge with Eriksson. Quite clearly fouled there. Eriksson coming on the back of that right calf. Huge knee. You can see on the replay there, the knee from Eriksson into the right calf of Sam Kerr. Causing a lot of pain for Sam. So, it was a calf issue that really bothered Sam Kerr this entire tournament. She's back to her feet now, but I tell you what, I'd be surprised if she continues here. Sam Kerr does not appear to be in a good way at all here. We hope it's nothing too serious. Sam Kerr in pain. She's hobbling off the pitch here. Tell you what, there's only 13 or so minutes left to go in this game and then injury time. I don't know if Sam would risk trying to play on here, knowing she has a massive Women's Super League competition coming up here for Chelsea. Sam's on the sideline. Being the player she is, she'll want to continue for sure, though, of course. She'll want to continue for sure here, Sammy. She'll want to play out the end of this match, try and get her team back in this one. Don't forget, we're going to be live tomorrow as well for the World Cup final. Huge, huge occasion tomorrow. Spain v England. Sam's back on the field. Great to see. She's running a little gingerly, but she is moving, which is good to see. So, is there another moment of magic to come from Sam? Throw in for Australia. It looks like it might be Courtney Vine who's playing right back now. It does appear so. Courtney Vine at right back after Ellie Carpenter came off the pitch. Chidiac playing on the right side of that midfield. Tony Gustafson pushing the players up here. Set piece for Australia. Claire Hunt to send it long. Oh, geez. Really average delivery there from Claire Hunt. Cooney Cross goes down. Free kick Australia. Cara Cooney Cross worked really hard this game. I don't know if that was a foul, man. even though it was Cooney Cross that went down, I don't know if that was enough to warrant a free kick. That contact seems pretty fair. Another long-range free kick from Australia. This one's a bit better. Chidiac can't get to it. Claire Hunt. Chidiac. Vine can't get to that. Not long to go here. Australia really need to score soon if they want to get themselves into this game. Oh, it's a terrible touch from Van Egmond. Sweden could counter here. We know how dangerous they've been on counterattacks this game. Hurtig on the ball. A little bit heavy with a touch. Still gets it away here to Angledal. He's a bit heavy with her pass. Catley has to concede a throw in though. Well pressured there by Canarid. So, third goal here for Sweden would surely seal it. So many Aussie fans at this game to see the Matilda Stars for the final time this tournament. Sweden maintaining the ball in Australia's half. 10 minutes to go. Angledal has the ball in the corner, and she's taking her time in the corner. Sweden holding up the ball in the corner. Still 10 minutes of football to be played, but Sweden are taking the ball to the corner. Catley has to try and go along with this throw in here. Kerr's dropping it short now. Another throw in. Still time. Still time, freshman. Still time for Australia to make a magical comeback. They win a free kick. Again near this halfway line. Courtney Nevin is playing centre back alongside Claire Hunt. And it appears to be Cooney Cross playing as that lone central midfielder. Van Egmond's pushed a little bit further up the park. So, Nevin's free kick here. Sam Kerr is going to get on the end of this. Back for Vine. Oh, a little bit of space here. Here's the pocket. Hunt delivers. A little bit too close to Musovic. She'll claim it. Great tournament from Musovic, man. The Swedish keeper. I mean, we all remember the incredible performance from her in that penalty shootout in the round of 16 against USA. Just remarkable. Safe pair of hands all tournament for Sweden. Possession stats, you can see really favouring Sweden, especially in the last 10 minutes, according to the broadcast. Australia are running out of time here, man. Australia are running out of time. Darth Edwardo says, "Can't believe the final is coming tomorrow." That's right. It's crazy to think it's all coming to an end. As Canarid makes a great run into the box, has to go backwards. Still going here, Canarid, taking this towards the corner. Oh, well worked, but she won't keep that in play. Try to get around the defender with a nice little move there. Yeah, dude, this tournament has sort of flown by, especially in this knockout stage. But honestly, this has been one of the most enjoyable tournaments I've ever watched. There's been so much drama. There's been some incredible storylines, incredible goals. And it all comes to an end tomorrow. So, well, the disappointing thing is, despite the wonderful tournament from Australia on and off the field, Matildas, remarkably, despite making it to the semi-finals, are going to the end of the tournament with 3 losses at this tournament. 3 losses. 4 wins and 3 losses. Which is quite a fascinating record. 4 wins and 3 losses for a team who made it all the way to the semi-finals. And, not to be negative or anything, but I mean, obviously one of those wins coming off the penalty shootout, which ended a 0-0 draw. So you could almost look at it as 3 wins, a draw, and 3 losses. which doesn't make it sound as impressive from Australia, hey? Kerr getting herself on the ball, flicking it up towards Van Egmond. Can't find her. Van Egmond definitely playing a bit higher at the park here. Cooney Cross playing as that lone defensive midfielder. Courtney Vine playing it right back now. Just wonder if we'll see any other players come on here in the final stages for Australia. Pretty much all out of attacking options. I mean, Kaya Simon, is she fit to come on here? This would be a great moment to see Kaya Simon. Fowler, nice pass into the feet of Ford. And look at Vine's run there, but really well cut out there by Eriksson, who's been superb tonight. And look at the space here for Anderson. Up the line now for Blomqvist. For Sweden, who can't keep it in play. Incredible game here. Once again from Sweden. As Sweden prepare one final change here. That's right, Phil, who says Matilda's attacks keep breaking down. Just have nothing going forward. Have been completely starved of chances here, Australia. Really lacked any sort of threat moving forward, unfortunately. There you go. On the broadcast, they're showing the forced turnover stats, and it's Sweden just dominating it with massive numbers. That midfield pairing of Rubinson and Engeldal for Sweden have just been completely controlling this game. Australia have had no answer. Courtney Vine trying to go over the top. Throw in. Vine. Oh, geez, really pulled her throw in a little bit there. Cooney Cross under pressure in midfield. Loses it. Bit too easily. Oh, she's brought down. Foul. So, final stages here. Not long to go. Australia need to score now if they want to get themselves back into this game. That's right, Tested Aussie, who says, well, it's been a good run for the Real Matildas up to this point. It's sad to see it sort of fading out in such a fashion. We're hoping to see the Matildas finish with a win here. Hunt with a free kick. These free kicks have been coming in from halfway, but oh my gosh, dude, especially from Claire Hunt, some of these deliveries just haven't been on. Sweden winning the ball back far too easily, and again, they'll look to counter here. Angled out. Caitlin Ford looks like she's playing central now alongside Kerr. Meredith Fowler's out in the left wing. Chidiac under pressure. That's going to be a foul, surely. "88 minutes played. Rubinson picks up Sweden's first yellow card. Probably should have had a couple earlier on in the match as well. Anderson definitely escaped one, that's for sure. One final change here for Sweden. Kannarid's coming off. She's had a great game. Really, really good game for Sweden in attack. Wonderful tournament. Started every game. She's coming off here. Sembrance coming on to replace her. To help shut up shop and hold on to this win to secure bronze for Sweden. Ball inside here, and Musovic claims it. Joseph asks, this is the last World Cup for multiple players in the Matildas, right? Well, it could be. I mean, nothing's confirmed. Nothing's confirmed. But there are some of the other senior players whether this could be their final tournament. But hey, I think a lot of these players could go one more. I honestly think a lot of them could go one more. How much injury time do you reckon we'll have? I'm gonna say we get at least 5. I mean, in the first half we had 5. I think this half we should have at least 6. The injury to Sam Kerr was probably the most lengthy stoppage. So I'm gonna say we get 6 minutes of added time here. I don't think we've had any other injuries. Surely 6, right? There you go, 6. Bang on. We've been getting better with our injury time predictions. We always like doing that throughout the tournament. Sometimes I'm way off. You just never know. Oh, here's Kurt. Looking to flick it on towards Vine. Right idea, but it was cut off. Cooney cross. Kara Cooney cross. Driving the ball forward here. Looking to deliver. Still Kara. Good run. Gets the ball away to Nevin, who will feed it wide to Ford. Australia need to score in this attack. Ford's delivery. Headed away. It's the same story here, man. Same story. Sweden just have the answers. Claire Hunt. Again, looking to that left wing, Australia. Caitlin Ford with the throw. Can they find the back of the net here? Fowler, Ford, Catley. Back for Ford. Egmond. Still here for Australia. Catley, now Fowler. Left wing. Delivery's not bad towards Kerr. Oh, dude, Eriksson just flicked a header on. Cooney cross drives it inside. Van Egmond hits, and that's well wide from Emily Van Egmond. Did not catch that well, Emily Van Egmond. Oh my gosh. Bruh. Sweden are going to win this match, man. Australia just have been completely outclassed here. Sweden have just been far too good. They've won tonight. Couple minutes remaining in injury time. The final moments in the tournament for both of these teams. Sweden will finish 3rd. Australia will finish 4th. Australia's best ever finish at a Women's World Cup. What a tournament it has been for Australia, on and off the pitch. Do we know where the 2027 World Cup will be held? Women's World Cup will be held, asks Phil. I don't think so. Let me double check. I don't think that's announced yet. I think I read somewhere that gets announced next year. Yes, according to the FIFA website, it says the hosts will be announced in May 2024. So we'll still have a little bit of time to wait before we find out who is hosting the next Women's World Cup. We'll see. 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go. Thank you for that I Love You Yetis as well in the chat, saying we'll find it next year. A long ball for Australia. Ford flicking it on towards Catley. Left wing, Australia committing numbers forward. Catley's delivery is not bad, but it's going to miss everyone. Sweden looking to go on the counter-attack here, but it's gone out of play. So, what a tournament it's been, man. We're going to be live tomorrow night. We are going to be live tomorrow for the final itself, for the watch-along. Make sure you're here for it. You do not want to miss it. It is the big one. Spain v Sweden. Who will be winning it? Who will be the champions? Another yellow card here, this time for Hertig, I believe it is. Maybe one final chance here for Australia to score one more World Cup goal. Cooney Cross to take this long-range free kick. Ford has made the run, but that'll once again fly straight into the hands of Musovic. Oh boy. 1 minute left. Disappointing way to end this tournament for Australia. Sweden just far too strong in this game. Catley trying to drive through. Oh, it's a heavy challenge from Steph Catley. We're going to play on here. Hangeldal just tries to get that clear. Ford with the throw. 30 seconds. Van Egmond goes long. Vine flicks it on. And once again, that'll fly through to the keeper. I think it's safe to say this has been Australia's worst performance this tournament, unfortunately. We've been completely nullified moving forward. Australia have never looked in control of this game, unfortunately. Sweden will claim third place. Australia will finish second. Historic tournament, though, for Australia. Guys, don't forget, we're going to be live tomorrow for the final. I'll see you guys there for that one. What a match that'll be tomorrow. Spain v England. We can't wait. Ford. One final attack here for Australia. Ford's long-range effort has gone high. And that's it. Sweden win 2-0. Comfortable win in the end for Sweden, who were just far too good for today against Australia. Disappointing for the co-hosts to end the tournament like this, but again, you just have to look at the whole, man. I mean, Australia have just been incredible this tournament. Their best ever finish at a Women's World Cup. I Love Yeti says, I honestly think that Australia haven't played their best today. That's for sure. That is for sure. Phil says, one game too far for the Matildas, but they should be proud of themselves. That's right. That's right. They should be proud, absolutely. Just what they've achieved this tournament, it's been absolutely incredible. But it comes to an end here for the Matildas. Sweden 2, Australia 0. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow for the live watch-along of Spain v England, the final itself. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you for the next one in about 24 hours' time.